Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Let's begin lesson number 4. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about a very important phrase which is called prepositional phrase, al-jaru wal-majruru. We started the book with a complete sentence, and I told you that there are like some phrases that are called incomplete sentences, we can say. So those are very, very important. And the first one that we are learning now is called prepositional phrase, which is called al-jaru wal majruru. Then we will learn about the detached personal pronouns, ad-damairu al-munfasila, which can be masculine, as we can see over here, huwa. And huwa can be translated as he, and also it can be translated as it, because it is used for both. It's used for humans and also aqil and ghayr aqil. So that's why there is a possibility that it will be used for like book, or there is a possibility that it will be used like for qalam and for maktab. So that's why if it is used for a person, we translate it as he, and when it is used for a thing, we will translate it as it. And for the feminine, it is hiya, which means she or it. So if it's a person like Zainabu, we say hiya. And if it's a thing like as-sa'atu, which is like the watch, then also we will use hiya for that. So prepositional phrase, that's number one. Number two, detached personal pronouns. And why we say detached? Because inshallah, when we proceed further, we will learn that there are also pronouns which are attached, but these are detached. And then we will learn about flexible and partially flexible names. And then two asma'ul istifham. These are two nouns that are used to ask question. One is aina, that means where, and the other is mada, that means what. So these are the things that we will inshallah focus on in this lesson. Before we proceed into the lesson, you remember like we started with the 4 properties of the noun, and we started with the capacity, and we saw that a noun can be indefinite or definite. It can be nakira and marifa. And we have a rule of thumb, as we can say, that in Arabic, every noun is indefinite. It's a nakira by default, except for the below categories. Okay, so these are some of the categories that we learned in basic grammatical concepts, and now inshallah we will add to them as we keep on learning and we keep on progressing. So the first one that we learned, that ismun alamun, proper noun is always a proper noun. For example, Muhammadun, Misru, and Jahannamu. Then we have learned in the previous lesson that when we add al construction to a common noun, it becomes a proper noun. And in Arabic, we say mu'arrafun billami, definite by adding al construction, as we discussed in the previous lesson. So waladun means a boy, and when we add al to that, it is called al waladu. And without learning, these things, we cannot proceed further. We cannot understand how to make a sentence. So that's why we have learned already about ismun alamun. Then we have learned about definite by al. And then you remember the book started with asma'ul ishara. It started with the demonstrative pronouns. It started with dhalika, hadha, and dhalika. Hadha kitabun wa dhalika baytun. So these two we have already learned, and these two are proper nouns, or they are definite nouns. All asma'ul ishara, we have learned 2 so far. All of them are always, they are definite or marifa, they are definite nouns. And to add to that, number 4, we have asma'ud damair, or we can simply call them ad-damair. That means personal detached pronouns. And inshallah, these are the ones that we are going to learn today. Huwa means he, and hiya means she. So these 4 are definite nouns. They are marifa. Number one, ismun alamun, the name of a specific person, place, and thing. Number two, the noun when we make it a proper noun by adding al. Number three, asma'ul ishara, hada and dhalika. And number four, asma'ud damair, or we can simply say ad-damair, that means pronouns. And the two pronouns that we are going to learn, they are huwa and hiya. Why do we need to know that? If we don't know that, we cannot make a sentence. You know how to make a sentence, right? We put definite and indefinite nouns together. But if we don't know which one is definite and which one is indefinite, you cannot make a sentence. So that's why it is very, very important for us to learn. So please now add this to your list. So alhamdulillah, 4 we have already learned, and the rest we have to learn 3 more, and that's it. So these are the only 7 categories which tell us that the noun is definite or it is ma'rifah. Back to our point number 1. Point number 1, as I told you, that we are going to learn about prepositional phrase, and preposition is called harfu jarrin. What is it called? Harfu jarrin. And the complete construction or the noun that comes after that is called majrurun. What do we call it? Majrurun. Let's look at the meaning. Literal meaning of harfu jarrin is a particle of pulling or dragging, when you're pulling something or dragging something. Okay, so that is called harf jar. And in this lesson, inshallah, we will learn 4 of them. Fi, that means in. Ala, that means on. Min, from. And ila means to. So let's look at the function. Basically what happens, we know that every noun in Arabic is marfu by default. It is marfu by default. Okay, for example, al-baytu, that means the house. But when we put harf jar fi before it, then what happens? The tu got pulled to ti because of the preceding of fi. So al-baytu, because of fi, became fil bayti, as we can see over here. So now what happened? This dhamma was dragged and it was pulled and it was turned into kasra. And why did that happen? Because of fi, and fi is harf jar. So that means it is a factor. If you remember, I told you that every noun will be marfu by default. It can be mansub or majroor because of the factor. So what is fi? Fi is a factor. It's a factor that will turn a noun from marfu to majroor, as we can see over here. In English, we say factor, and in Arabic, we say amil. So there has to be an amil, and fi is a factor. So fi is harfu jarrin, and al-bayt is ismu majrurun, or ismun majrurun. And the same construction, the whole construction is called what? Jarrun wa majrurun. The one who drags and the one who is being dragged. Who drags? Harf jar. Who is being dragged? The noun. So that's why it is called jarrun wa majrurun. The one who pulls and the one who is being pulled. Okay. So when a noun is preceded by a preposition, it is said to be in genitive case. So in English, we say genitive case majroor, and in Arabic, we say majroorun. Al-baytu, the house. And when we want to say in the house, that means fil bayti. In the house, fil bayti. But if you want to say in a house, look at the difference, please. So when you say in the house, we say fil bayti. And when we see in a house, then we say fi baytin, in a house. So that's why it's very, very important that we should know the difference between al and the noun that is only a common noun, or it is indefinite noun. Fi baytin, in a house. Fil bayti, in the house. Fil bayti is shibhul jumlati, phrase. It looks like a sentence, but it's not. In a house is not a complete sentence. It is incomplete sentence. That's why we call it phrase. And in Arabic, what do we call it? Shibhul jumlati. Shibhul jumlati means, in English, it means that it resembles a sentence, but it is not a sentence. It looks like a sentence, but it is not a sentence. So I hope, inshallah, this is clear. And I'm emphasizing again and again, this is our phrase number 1, and this is very, very important, which is called prepositional phrase. And in Arabic, we call jarrun wa majrurun, the one who drags and the one who is being dragged. So we have 4 of them over here, inshallah, in this lesson. 2 in part A and 2 in part B. So in this lesson, inshallah, we will focus on fi and ala. When we say fil bayti, that means in the house, in the house. And when we say fi baytin, that means in a house. A house means it's indefinite place. It can be any place. It can be any house. But when we say fil bayti, in the house, that means we are talking or we are referring to a specific house. A house where you are referring to, the person that you are talking about to, he knows about that, and you also know about that. That's why we say in the house. Like we say the house of Allah, Baytullah. So everyone knows about that, right? So when you say ana fil baytil mukarrami, I am in the holy house, so it will be clear from the context that you are saying that I am in Makkah. But when you say ana fi Makkah fi baytin, I am in Makkah in a house, then it means you can be in any other house, but you are not in Al-Haram or you are not in Makkah. Shibhu jumla means a phrase. It means incomplete sentence. What is incomplete sentence? Fil bayti is an incomplete sentence. Why do we say it is incomplete sentence? When you say in the house, is the meaning clear? Of course, no. When you say ar-rajulu fil bayti, the man is in the house, then it's a complete sentence. But when you only say in the house, it does not make any sense. So that's why we call it incomplete sentence, or we call it a phrase. Phrase means it's a sentence, but it's incomplete. It does not have the subject. So did you get the example? If you say fil bayti, what fil bayti? Okay, you come to me and you say fil bayti. I'm waiting. What do you want to say? I'm not clear. You are not clear. You are not saying what is in the house. Or you say ar-rajulu fil bayti, the man is in the house. Al-akhu fil bayti, the brother is in the house. Al-abu fil bayti, the father is in the house. Now it is clear. So that's why it is called incomplete sentence. Ad-darsu ar-rabi'u, lesson 4. Similarly here, ad-darsu ar-rabi'u, it is incomplete. It's a phrase. It's not a complete sentence, because lesson 4 is not a complete sentence. When you say it is lesson 4, then it's a complete sentence. So similarly, when you say ad-darsu ar-rabi'u, this is also incomplete sentence, or it's a phrase. Okay, there are only 4 phrases in Arabic language. How many? 4 phrases. And inshallah, in this lesson, we are going to learn our phrase number 1, which is prepositional sentence. So this is number 1, alhamdulillah. So please focus only on phrase number 1, not about 2, 3, or 4. As of now, only focus on phrase number 1, which is a prepositional phrase, which means that it is a combination of a preposition plus a noun. Preposition plus a noun. So we say al-baytu, that means the house. And when we use fi before that, it becomes fil bayti, in the house. Okay, look at the pronunciation. When you recite it or when you read it alone, it is fi. But when you connect it with al, then ya is not pronounced. It becomes fil bayti, as you can see over here. Similarly, we have al-masjidu, and al-masjidu, as we know, the masjid. And when you say fi, and then after that al-masjidi, and when you pronounce it as a complete construction, you will say fil masjidi, in the masjid, then it will not be pronounced in the masjid. So look at this. It's a preposition, and in English it means in, and in Arabic it means fi. The second one that we are learning is ala. So al-maktabu, that means the desk. But when we say alal maktabi, it means on the desk. And similarly, we have as-sariru, that means the bed. And when we say alas sariri, that means on the bed, on the bed. Okay, now please tell me, in English, don't tell me even about Arabic construction. Does any of these constructions make any sense? In the masjid, in the house, on the bed, on the desk. Does it make sense to you? No, of course not. That's why we call it a phrase and we call it incomplete sentence. But when I say Al-Kitabu al-Sariri, the book is on the table, then does it make sense now? Al-Kitabu al-Sariri, the book is on the bed, I mean. So does it make sense now? Yes. So that's why we call all of them, we call them incomplete sentences, or we simply call them phrases. Now let's move on onto the text over here. And as I mentioned over here, as you can see over here, that huwa means he or it, and hiya means she or it, and both of them are proper nouns. Both of them, we call them ad-dama'ir, and they are into the category of proper nouns. So now we have, and also I mentioned in the beginning that we will learn about a noun which is used to ask a question. So we have Aina and Muhammadun. Where is Muhammad? Okay, which one is a proper noun over here? Which one is definite? In this construction, we have Aina and Muhammadun. Which one is definite? Both of them are definite? No. Muhammadun is a definite noun because it's the name of a specific person or place. And Aina is indefinite. Aina is what? Indefinite. Why do I say that? Please note it down. All asma'ul istifham, all the words that we use to ask questions, they are indefinite. Let me repeat again. All the words that we use to ask questions, they are indefinite. They are nakira. Number one, we learned about Hamzatul Istifham. So Hamzatul Istifham, anta talibun, are you a student? It is indefinite. It is nakira. We have learned about ma ismuka or masmuka. What is your name? This is also indefinite. And the third one that we are learning today is aina. This is also used to ask a question. So now you have learned three of them. This is a particle. This is a particle. And these two are nouns. What do we call them? These two are nouns, okay? And all of them are used to ask questions. All of them are used to ask questions. Yes, Hamza is indefinite, of course. Man is indefinite. Mata is indefinite. Kaifa is indefinite. Please, as I said, all of them that we use to ask question, they are indefinite. So we have learned three so far. So please focus on these three so far. We have learned about Hamza. We have learned about Ma. And today we are learning about Aina. So Muhammadun is a definite noun and Aina is an indefinite noun. And we know that the combination of definite and indefinite noun is a complete sentence. It's a complete nominal sentence. However, the order can change. And why would the order change? The reason is, when we look at here, where is Muhammad? In English, look at that. Can we say Muhammad is where? Can we say Muhammad is where? Of course not, yeah? So in English, we cannot say Muhammad is where. Similarly, in Arabic, we cannot say Muhammadun Aina. That does not make any sense. So that's why, because it's Ismul Istifham, it is a question word, it is used to ask a question. That's why it is a requirement that it should come in the beginning of the sentence. However, the combination is the same. What is the combination? We have a definite noun here, and we have indefinite noun here. And we know that the combination of definite and indefinite noun makes a complete sentence. Okay, Aina Muhammadun, where is Muhammad? Huwa fil ghurfati. So huwa, as we can see, he, and fil ghurfati is in the room. So we will say huwa fil ghurfati, he is in the room. Now it is a complete sentence. Now it is a complete sentence. Fil ghurfati is not a complete sentence. But when we say huwa fil ghurfati, now it becomes a complete sentence. And we know that huwa is a definite noun. We learned it today. It's ma'rifa. Then we have wa aina yasirun. And where is Yasir? Wa means ain, and aina yasirun. And where is Yasir? Huwa fil hammami. He is in the bathroom. Again, we have to put a line over here, so we know that we have to separate two things. Then we have wa and aina aminatu. And where is Amina? And the answer is hiya. Okay, hiya fil matbakhi. Now, why do we say hiya fil matbakhi? Please look over here. That for the feminine, we use hiya. She is in the kitchen. She is in the kitchen. Excellent. Aina al-kitabu. Where is the book? And huwa ala al-maktabi. Now, what will be the translation of huwa? In English, what will be the translation? It. We cannot say he is on the table. We will say it is on the table. That's why I told you, inshallah, that I will tell you all these small differences in Arabic and English. Maktab is desk. It's not a library. It's a desk. So maktabatun with ta marbuta is a library. Huwa ala al-maktabi. It is on the desk. Excellent. Okay. Wa ayna as-sa'atu. And where is the watch? Hiya ala sariri. Hiya ala sariri. She is on the bed? Of course not. We will say it is on the bed. Yes, it is on the bed. So that's why I told you, inshallah, that all these small details, I will, inshallah, tell you that you will like, inshallah, you will appreciate it, that all these small things, they will, inshallah, improve a lot of, confusions that we might have earlier. Inshallah, you will not have them anymore. And this was the picture in the book, and it was in the middle of the page, but I decided to put it over here so that we can put the translation over here. And it is about the kitchen, al-matbakhu, and al-matbakh means the kitchen. No, huwa and hiya are definite. Please, I told you that that's why in the beginning of the lesson, I told you the categories of definite nouns. The categories of definite nouns, and I told you that we have learned about 3 categories, and today is the 4th one. And huwa and hiya, they are definite nouns. They are ma'rifa. They are not nakira. If you don't understand what is definite, you can simply say they are proper nouns. They are proper nouns. And indefinite means they are common nouns. So these are proper nouns. Yes, yeah, there is a question that Asma'ul Ishara are, all of them are definite, and Asma'ul Istifham, the words that we use to ask questions, all the words in Arabic language, I will repeat again, all the words that we use to ask questions in Arabic language, they are indefinite, they are nakira. And we have to focus only on 3. We have learned only 3 so far. We have learned about Hamzatul Istifham. Hamza is the particle, it's a harf, but ma and aina, both of these are nouns. These are nouns. Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyah. Answer the following questions. And now we can see over here, tamarinu means exercises. Su'alun means question, su'alun. And the plural of su'alun is as'ilatun, questions. And what do we have over here? Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyah. Answer the following questions. An is also a preposition. It means about, or it means from. And that's why after that, the noun we can see over here is majroor, or it has kasra. An means from or about. Okay, so this is also a preposition. Ainal kitabu. Where is the book? Ainal kitabu. Let me test your knowledge. Yes, who remembers? Ainal kitabu. Huwa. Who remembers? Excellent. Huwa ala al-maktabi. It is on the desk. Aina Muhammadun. Where is Muhammad? Huwa. Huwa fil ghurfati. Excellent. Huwa fil ghurfati. He is in the room. Aina sa'atu. Where is the watch? You need to be careful now. Watch is feminine. It's feminine. And why do we say it's feminine? Because it has atta al-marbuta. You remember we discussed in the beginning in gender that a noun that carries atta al-marbuta or the rounded ta, or the connected ta, or the ta that comes in the end, it is the noun will be feminine. So we will say hiya ala sariri. It is on the bed. Excellent. Aina Yasirun? Where is Yasir? Huwa fil hammami. Excellent. Huwa fil hammami. Aina Aminatu? Okay, please remember now, as of now, the only thing that you need to notice that it's a feminine name. So the feminine name does not accept tanween. The feminine name does not accept tanween, as we can see over here. But the masculine name, almost all of them accept tanween, except for the non-Arabic names or the categories. If you remember the categories I told you, the names of the prophets, like Ibrahimu, Ismailu, Ayyubu, Yaqubu, the names of the prophets, they do not accept tanween. But the Arabic names, all Arabic names, they accept tanween, even though they are proper nouns, but they accept tanween. But the feminine names, they don't accept tanween. So that's why we say Aina Aminatu. Where is Amina? Amina is hiya, isn't she? Yeah, hiya. So we will say hiya fil matbakhi. She is in the kitchen. Aminatu fil ghurfati. Aminatu. What kind of particle is this? Hamzatul istifham. Why do we use it? We use it to ask a question. Aminatu fil ghurfati. La Muhammadun fil ghurfati. So we have the answer here already. La Muhammadun fil ghurfati. Then we have the question. Yasirun fil matbakhi. Is Yasir in the kitchen? La Aminatu fil matbakhi. No, Amina is in the kitchen. Excellent. So we know that after the answer can be yes or it can be no only. The answer can be only la or it can be na'am only. Man fil ghurfati. Man fil ghurfati. Who is in the room? Muhammadun fil ghurfati. Muhammad is in the room. Excellent. And then we have waman fil hammami. And who is in the bathroom? Yasirun fil hammami. Yasir is in the bathroom. Mada ala al-maktabi. Okay, now we have a new noun or ismul istifham, or we can say a word that is used to ask a question. Mada, it also means what? It also means what? Mada ala al-maktabi. What is on the desk? Al-kitabu ala al-maktabi. The book is on the desk. Mada ala al-sariri. As-sa'atu ala al-sariri. The watch is on the bed, as we can see over here. Okay. Now we have learned that mada is used to ask a question about things, as we learned earlier. Ma, in fact, and mada is also it can be used with it can be used with jar majroor. It can be used with a prepositional phrase, because normally mada is used with the verb. Please remember that mada, 99.9% cases, it is used with the verb. What is used with the verb? Mada. And what is used with the noun? Ma. What is used with the nouns? Ma. And here you can say that this is an exception. Please note it down, that this is an exception, that mada can be used with prepositional phrase. It can be used with jar and majroor. Normally, we do not use it with a noun. We do not use it with a noun. Yes, ma and mada have the same meaning. Yes, they have the same meaning. But ma is used, it can be used both. It can be used with the noun and with the verb. But mada is only used with the verb. Used with what? Only with the verb. Here it is used with the noun, and you can put it in the category of exceptions, that this is an exception, that we can put it with al-jar wal-majroor. We can put it with the prepositional phrase. No, there is no need to say ma ala al-maktabi. It's possible to say that. That's a good question. But mada is used for limited quantity, and ma can be used for quantity that is a lot. And there are some more differences as well, but I would like you to please focus on this at this point over here. Iqra waktub ma, and we know that ma is also a preposition. So it's a preposition. Ma means with. So what's going to happen after the preposition? What should I put over here? Dhamma, fatha, or kasra? Excellent. Kasra, because we know that after the preposition, the noun takes kasra. Ma dabti awakhiril kalimati. Excellent. Read and write the case endings. Basically, we have to focus on the case endings. What will be the case ending of al-madrasa? Yes, please. The ending of al-madrasa. Dhamma. Okay, tell me why. Why Dhamma? I have a question, and it's a very important question. No, it should take Dhamma. It cannot take Kasra. But my question is, why does it take Dhamma? By default. Excellent. Because every noun by default takes Dhamma or Dhammatan. The default construction of every noun in Arabic will take Dhamma or Dhammatan. So Islam, something is there, it's on the table, something is over there. You look at that and you say, this is marfu'. Yani by default, it will take Dhamma or Dhammatan. It will take Kasra for a reason. And why will it take Kasra? Because we have fi before it. So now, what will be the ending of fil madrasa? Excellent, it will be fil madrasati. What will be the ending of al bayt? It will be fil bayti. Mashallah. I can see someone is typing in Arabic as well. Excellent. Yeah. Then we have al bayt. Yes, what is the ending of al bayt? Al baytu. Excellent, because by default it will be al baytu. Okay. If we need to put kasra, there has to be a reason. Okay. If there is no reason, it will be with dhamma. Al ghurfa, the room. Al ghurfatu. Al hammam, the bathroom. Al hammamu. Excellent. Fi. Now we have a preposition. Fi. So what will be the ending? Fil matbakhi. Yes, in the kitchen. Excellent. Then we have al maktab, and the ending will be al maktabu, because it's the default. Ala. So we will say ala al maktabi. So please notice over here that when we read it separately, we say ala. When we read it separately, we say ala. But when we connect it with al, then it will be ala al maktabi, then it will not be pronounced. Yes. Ala al maktabi. Ala al kursiyi. Excellent. On the chair. And then we have as-sarir, and it will be as-sariru. Excellent. Ala al kitab, and the ending will be ala al kitabi. And al masjidu, but when we put fi before that, it will be fil masjidi. Excellent. Okay. Iqra, waktub, read and write. Yes. Now, what should be the ending of al-talib, and what should be the ending of al-jamia? Okay, so when we put two nouns together, you know that both of them should take dhamma. So now both of the nouns cannot take dhamma. The first one will take dhamma by default. We know that because when we put two nouns together, indefinite and definite nouns, it becomes a complete sentence, and both of them take dhamma. But here, there is a problem. It cannot take dhamma because we have harf jar, fi. So that's why it has to take kasra. But the meaning will be the same. The meaning will be the same. At-talibu fil jami'ati. The student is in the university. Similarly, what will be the ending of ar-rajul and al-masjid? It will be ar-rajulu fil masjidi. Excellent. Ar-rajulu fil masjidi, and the man is in the masjid. Aina at-tajiru. Where is the merchant? Aina at-tajiru. And we will say huwa. He is where? Fid dukkani. Excellent. Huwa fid dukkani. He is in the shop. Al-qalam ala al-maktab. So how will I read it? Al-qalamu ala al-maktabi. Al-qalamu ala al-maktabi. Aina Zainabu. Where is Zainab? I have a question. Zainab has dhamma. Why not dhammatan? What happened over here? Aina Zainabu. Does anyone remember? Because Zainab is a feminine name, and it's a diptot, and it will not accept tanween, and it will not accept kasra. Excellent. So all the feminine names, they are partially flexible, and they do not accept tanween, and they do not accept kasra. Excellent. So Aina Zainabu. هي في الغرفة. Excellent. She is in the room. أين الورق? Where is the page? هو على المكتب. It is on the desk. And when we say هو, it means it. هو على المكتب. It is on the desk. Okay. أين المدرس? Where is the teacher? هو في الفصل. هو في الفصل. He is in the classroom. أين ياسر? Where is Yasir? All Arabic names, masculine names, they accept tanween. They don't mind accepting tanween. All masculine Arabic names, not non-Arabic names. What is the meaning of non-Arabic names? For example, Williamu. Williamu. Is it an Arabic name? William. Is it an Arabic name? Of course not. It is a non-Arabic name. So non-Arabic name does not accept tanween. It will be partially flexible. But Arabic names, all the Arabic names, they are happy to accept tanween. Like Muhammadun, Hamidun, Bilalun, Yasirun, Aliyun, Abbasun, Hasanun, Husaynun, Muhammadun, all of them, they are happy to accept tanween and they say we don't mind. But non-Arabic names, they say no, because we are non-Arab, so there has to be something that will differentiate us from the Arabs. So that's why they do not accept Arab, the tanween, and they are al-ajam. Yes, they are al-ajam, and we call it ujma. Huwa fil mirhadi, he is in the toilet. Ash-shamsu wal qamaru. Where should I put the line here? Should I put the line after shams? Or should I put the line after qamar? Or should I put the line after fi? Where should I put the line? Because I told you we have to put is rm. Where should I insert is rm? Ash-shamsu wal qamaru. Excellent. So we have to put after ash-shamsu wal qamaru, even though they are two, but because of wow, now they have become one. We change them into one, so they become one. Ash-shamsu wal qamaru. That means fa'il, the subject. Now, for example, we say Bilal and Muhammad. So Bilal and Muhammad, that means we will treat them as one and not two. Similarly, ash-shamsu wal qamaru was sama'u wal ardu. Even if we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them will be considered as one. And then after that, we have to put the line, and then we will say fis sama'i, in the skies. And man fil fasli, who is in the classroom. Man fil fasli. Intaha ad-darsu, end of the lesson. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.